fun setting things up. Me and technology, we just, it's a married blend. It's a dance. Do you believe me? Yes, I myself, Kelly Wahl, psychic medium, I am a Gemini. That is my sun sign. And Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which Mercury has a lot to do with communication, which I love communicating with you and with spirit and bringing things through. However, I think there's like a little bit of a glitch for some reason, like computers, anything technology wise. Like today I was driving, and you would think something so simple as plugging my phone into my charger into the car would just work. Not while I'm in it. So, of course, then I'm trying to receive a call that's not coming through. And then I couldn't get Pandora to go, in my car, which, I could have used my station on Pandora tonight as I was driving to an event. And so a lot of times I have to remind myself that everything needs to be unplugged. Everything, just like, or turned off for a minute to recharge. So just like we do that with our phones, our laptops, our computers, even your Wi-Fi, my mom was just telling me how it should be reset. The modem should be reset. And now she does that once a month. So it just made me reflect on how sometimes you just have to unplug. And when we get into a routine where we don't do that for ourselves, I feel like the universe finds a way to force us to do that, or does it for us. So today, I guess when I was driving, I had enough battery in my phone. It didn't need to be charged. I didn't need to use it. And maybe I needed some silence versus playing my Pandora radio station. Maybe I just needed to sit in my own thoughts, or perhaps I needed to sit in silence. So it's a nice reflection. And I was making appointments earlier this week. And this woman and I, we were having trouble the last couple of weeks connecting. And then I messaged her yesterday and I said, hey, let's connect. How about this day? Oh, sure, that works. What time? I said, well, I'm available anytime after 3. And she goes, I get out of work at 3. Oh, and there it was. And I always believe that when it's easy, it comes from spirit. And when there's like resistance, or it's difficult and it's taking you like 12 steps to get the result that you want, or you don't get the result that you want, it's us forcing our way. And so a lot of times when things just work out so smoothly like that, I think that's spirit, and that's how it works. When we get out of our own way and allow the organic process to simply just occur or happen. All right, we've got Sherry on the line. Let's connect and see what's going on with her and how we can ebb and flow. Sherry, are you with me?
Yes, I am, and I thank you for taking my call.
I'm honored and humbled. I love the work that I do, and I really love bringing through what needs to be heard, felt, seen, or healed by communicating with spirit and your loved ones.
Okay.
Sherry, what area are you calling from?
I am calling from West Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, lovely. You're my second person in the month that I've had from that area in Connecticut.
Wow.
Yeah, I must be very tuned in. I mean, come on, think about it. What are the probabilities of that? If you want to think about it from the numbers point of view. Which, Sherry, as I call into that and I bring in the topic of numbers, all day I've been seeing a lot of numerology, and I've been giving a lot of messages based on the science of numbers and numerology. And I'm being drawn to ask you about that. Have you recently been seeing repetitive numbers?
Repetitive numbers, like...
Well, just a specific number that keeps occurring.
And like 14. I had a dream of the number 14 the other night.
Oh, a dream with the number 14. Now, I'm kind of doing like, a Carl Jung dream analysis here, where now is 14 a significant number to you personally? Is it a birth date, anniversary, or anything like that?
Not really.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm not
Then that
sure
makes
why
this
that.
very interesting. So when I break down the number 14 and the fact that it's coming to you in a dream state is when we, again, as I was saying in the opening of this show, we get out of our own way. So messages come to us because we're most tuned into our subconscious and our left brain. And so the fact that you remembered that you dreamt about the number 14 tells me, okay, so from a numerological standpoint, there's not so much double digits unless they're repetitive. So I take one and I take four and I add them together and I get the number five, which, Sherry, let me tell you, today, the number five, no matter what I do in numerology, I keep coming up with five today. So again, I'm very much being told that, spirit is confirming that you need to evaluate. Five represents transformation, change, and transcendence a bit. And when I talk about this number five with your vibration, so I feel as though you're seeking just a little change to shake things up. Am I correct about that with your energy?
Yes.
And, I kept saying as I was going to go on about this show, I was going to talk about how spring is springing. Just the other day, we were being told to march forward because it was March 4th. So, March 4th, go on. And also the fact that this month is not only a noun, but it's a verb. It's to take action. It's time for us to march. And, you're in Connecticut, I'm in New York. This time of year, this weekend, we will be, spring forward according to the clocks. So again, we have all of these signs telling us that it's time for us to move forward. And a lot of us can feel very stagnant. We need to shake it up a little bit. Now, you can't just sit back and wait for something to happen, even though I did just talk about the organic process of having things flow. Sometimes we very much have to be an active participant in our own journey, our own destiny. So, sometimes we need to take one or two steps and then allow the organic process to meet us the rest of the way. Do you understand this?
Mm-hmm.
And so with this, I feel as though it's not so much change that's happening, it's just the transformation of going from one season to another with you. And when I talk about that on a personal level with your energy, I feel as though you're almost like graduating to another level. I don't know if you're looking towards retirement or if you're in a job which kind of slows down in summertime. Are you a teacher by chance?
No, no, I'm in sales. But it's true because I'm kind of at a crossroads in my life where I'm not sure which way to go, if I should retire. And then I get bored home, so I want to go back to work just to have that people around me. I love people.
Right. As I very much tune into this, and you can, obviously take it for what you want. Free will is the greatest gift that God's ever given us. And that's, I can lay out what I see for you, and then it's up to you and your own free will. But I very much saw that like it's a bittersweet ending, but it's a graduation to a new chapter, new life. And I really feel as though, a bit of like retirement. However, like you said, you very much, love being around people. I feel as though there's a niche for you to go out and teach or give seminars about sales, how to break the ice, how to, define boundaries, how to, help people break out of their mold or feel okay with a no and not take it as a personal rejection. Do you understand like
Mm-hmm.
topics like this relating to sales?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
They taught me that years ago when I went into sales. They said, never take no personally. They're saying no to the product, not to you.
absolutely. And I feel as though, that you really do have a teacher inside of you and that you pretty much have already been teaching most of your life, whether it was teaching, you know, children to grow into adults or teaching young people who are getting into the business some of the ins and outs. And I feel as though there is a platform for you to speak. I see you speaking in a group, in a public forum about your experiences. And you can even go one level more than that. And I don't know, like this now brings me to like writing a book, and having it be a play off of selling yourself or staying true to yourself in sales. Something like that. Do you understand where I'm going with something like that?
Mhm.
I feel as though, you have a very creative vibe. You have great leadership qualities. You have the discipline to do things like this and bullet point it. But I feel as though you have such a great relatability with people. And I feel that that would be the thing that invigorates you to live more in a soul's purpose, but get out of the routine of what you've been doing for so long, which is just
Mhm.
the sales part of it. You've been building relationships all of your life. So
Mhm.
that's the next chapter I feel that you should, play with. And that's the other key, play with. And
Mhm.
perhaps get involved in different groups, in a playful manner where it doesn't feel so much like work. Because I feel as though you've also gotten in a thing where, your mind is constantly working. You're constantly thinking of, different accounts and different twists to help them out. Do you understand this?
Yes, I do. It's
Hmm.
funny because I was gonna before we hang up, I just wanted to ask a little bit something about my daughter because she's a vice president of her company, and there's a problem right now with the president and her, and they're going to make a choice between one or the other, and she's been very upset over it, and he's I think a little intimidated by her. She knows a lot more than he does, and I was just wondering if there's any way that if you might see anything happening for her, because they're
Right.
supposed to come up with an answer Friday.
Yes. Now, okay. We are in the
He's
first
trying to get her
quarter.
fired, is what he's doing right now. But she's got so much good work behind her. I don't think it's going to happen.
Right. And she needs to believe in that because I keep hearing, and I
Hmm.
feel as though I have your mother coming in. Is your mother in spirit?
Yes.
And I feel very strongly about this. And I wish I could give you evidence that it's her, but it's just my clear cognizance of knowing that it's her. And and she's funny because she's like, we don't have much time. This is where your belief has to come in. And
Hmm.
she says, never let them see you sweat. And this is something, to tell your daughter. She's talking very much about her granddaughter. You have accomplished so much that you don't need to prove yourself. You need to just rely on your merits. And, I get this image that this man, the president, as he's pointing a finger at her, remember, you've got four pointing back at you. And
Hmm.
that this is going to show more of his character than it is about hers. And I feel very strongly in that she needs to know who she is, what she's worked for, and honestly trust the process.
Hmm. Yes. I've been telling her that, today that, it's going to work out. I feel it's going to work out,
Mhm. Yes, she
in
needs
her
to get
favor because
back.
she's been there 17 years. He just joined the company recently, but nobody likes him. So,
Mhm.
that'll tell too. That'll tell itself as, time goes on.
Right, exactly. I would love it if you take my information and we follow up and let me know how that plays out, okay?
Oh, sure, I will.
Thank you so much, Sherry. And just keep the faith because, like you said, you know it, I know it, she needs to know it, okay?
Yes. Thank you so much, hon.
Thank you. Have a great night. All
You
right,
too.
we've got time for one more caller. Who do we have on the
Hi,
line?
it's Lisa
Lisa.
here.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. This is all new to me. I wasn't expecting anything like this, so this is far out.
Oh, how cool. And Lisa, what area are you? Oh, you're from Brisbane, Australia?
Yeah, I'm in Queensland, Australia.
Oh, now I'm going to tell you something, Lisa. Talk about, manifesting or the laws of attraction. Because earlier today, I said to myself, I would love to get a caller from Australia.
Well, there you go.
Right. So, what can
Does
we
it
help
matter that
you
yeah.
get the
Sorry?
clarity on for you to manifest? I feel like, since this is what I was thinking, I feel as though Spirit's telling me to help you cast your wishes out into the sea. So, and this is kind of a different type of reading. It's not me, just spilling out what I feel for you. This is a part of you being a part of your own reading where I want to help you get out of your own way to co create the area in which you want help with. Do you understand that?
Okay. Yes.
So, if
Yeah, there's
you
lots
had to
going on.
pick,
So,
and I'm sorry, one more time.
no, I said there's lots going on. So it could be a bunch of things that you're probably tuning into.
Right. And I always feel like by asking you, I'm throwing a dart at the dartboard so that we can really zoom in and focus on the one area that you feel stuck in or needing clarity or needing inspiration in. So is it in the romance department, the finance department, family, career? Let's pick one.
Okay, so we're going, I suppose, it's a tough one because I want answers for everything. So I suppose romance.
Okay, I knew we were going to get there.
I know. It's just when I think, when you've got 100 questions and there's like lots that you want focusing on,
Right.
and it's kind of a tough one. So
Yes. Oh, I understand. It's like if somebody were to ask me what my favorite song is, I'd say that's impossible.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, so Lisa, I'm going to hone in on this more with, I feel as though, has it been a few years since you've been in a serious relationship?
No. I'm married.
Okay, so you are married. I'm getting something about 3 years ago, though. Do you feel as though about roughly, not quite 3 years, but I'm getting roughly 3 years ago, it just, if you could look back, you just started to feel like things are just kind of stagnant?
Yeah, no, I've been feeling that for quite a while.
Right. So, and you're going into fall time, correct?
In the season here in Australia,
Yes.
yeah, we just hit. Well, I can never remember the seasons in order. It's autumn.
Is it getting colder or warmer?
Yeah, it's getting colder. So it's autumn, and then it's winter, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Yes. So you're going more towards fall, and I feel as though this fall time for you personally is about you reconnecting with your divine feminine. Now, we just celebrated International Women's Day yesterday, and I feel as though what I'm being called when I get into your energy is I'm hearing Mother Earth, coming back to Mother Earth, and really putting your roots back into knowing who you are and doing it to relearn who you are and to soften things up and reappreciate the divine feminine that you are. Can you understand where I'm going with this?
I think so.
It's about honoring yourself. And the more that you honor
Yes.
and give love back to yourself, the more I feel that that's going to change the dynamics in your relationship. And I keep coming to this movie that I saw, and maybe you want to, rent it, order it, whatever you do. The Mirror Has Two Faces with Barbara Streisand. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, very much so.
And how she
yes.
went through transforming herself, and she really did it to get the guy, but then she did it later because she doubted that he liked her for her. And then she
Yes.
realized that she was really doing everything for herself to honor herself. And then that's what made him realize that he really loves her. Or that song, Escape. Do you like pina coladas? And how she put an ad in the personal columns. And it turns out that they went to go, oh, it was by Rupert Holmes, Escape, yes. And it was really, they found each other, even though they were expecting to find someone else. So I keep getting like, you and your husband need to just kind of like shake things up. And you're going to need to do this by kind of giving back to yourself and honoring who you are. So whether you want to dabble with a different hairstyle or just kind of go back to wearing some clothes that you authentically feel good in the shape and the skin that you are in, and that's going to bring confidence back for him to see you in a different light once again. Do you understand this?
I don't think it's me, though. You know what I mean? I don't think it's me.
You don't, so you're not.
It's him.
Oh, yes. Okay, well then that's when you still have to take the lead and help to do little subtle things to get him to want to be invested in himself once again. And so if you're doing for you, he might say, well, geez, maybe I should take a little better care of myself. But I'm also hearing like there's an old cliche about, somebody goes into the doctor's office and they say, hey, doctor, this is what's wrong. Can you help me? And the doctor writes them a prescription for love. And then the person says, well, what if this doesn't work? And the doctor says, let's increase the dosage. So it's about, giving more love or being more welcoming to entertaining love. And he'll pick up on it instead of saying, you never do this anymore. We never do this anymore. Why don't you do this? Instead, flip it to, because he's hearing criticism where you're just trying to initiate the openness of a conversation, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so if you, act even more bubbly and welcoming, he'll eventually get on board is what I'm hearing. Increase the dosage.
Okay. And where are you getting this hearing? Who are you hearing it from?
I am hearing it directly from spirit because I do feel as though this is very much an energy rooted in you personally. So this is on the psychic level.
Okay.
And if we
I often find that since I've recently fallen into Reiki, and I've been doing it for about 18 months.
And this is great.
I've done my 1 and 2, but it's actually opened my medium side, which is all very new to me. I feel like a indie kid with no teacher at the moment, so it's all very. So yeah, I'm getting the understanding of listening out and hearing, rather than just letting it, wondering where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel that there's more to it than what's going on.
I mean, you need to explore the root chakra, your sacral chakra, and then build it up to your solar plexus and lead that way. You've got it well rooted, but you need to play because the sacral chakra is about playing and it's about the divine feminine energies, which then will trickle upward. I'm also hearing for you to explore Kundalini, which is the breath work of a yoga style. So I think that's going to get you to the answers that you're looking for. So I hope I help you in the direction of that.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Lisa. And be well. And, just go with those flows of the chakras and explore Kundalini breath work. Thank you so much and best wishes.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. All right. Well, Lisa is calling from Australia. So she's going into fall time. And fall time is all about really, exploring and learning more about yourself and getting rooted. Where here, in the States and on this side of the hemisphere, we are going forward to springing ahead. So it's all about shaking it up because we are looking towards new life to spring. And this weekend, we are all going to spring forward. So spring is springing. Let's get that energy rising. Be kind to ourselves. And of course, connect with yours truly, Kay Wahl, in another 7 days. And check out A1R Radio for more psychic readings and everything else. And connect with me personally at Kay Wahl, WAHL, Healing Arts. Thank you much.